Ooh, look, oh my God, that goes with those cups. What, $4.99? It's an ashtray. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. I'm a small seller. I currently sell on eBay as well as on Niknax. Check the video description for a link to both of my stores. And oh, I feel like it's Sunday and I think it might be the 22nd. We are heading into the Overland Park City Thrift. We haven't been here in quite a long time. And there's one lonely cart. All right, so they must be busy in here. But Sundays are always a madhouse here, I'll be honest. Let's see, yellow tags 50%. The dollar tags are blue tags, and new is green tags. So yeah, I figured we hadn't been here in a while and we would check it out. This is kind of cool. Is this like for a light or something? Yeah, I think you stick the oh look, it's a double. It's a 2-story tea light. You put one here, one here. That's fun. Who makes that? Oh, and look, you got somebody in here dipping candles. One World Village. Oh, Party Light made it. Oh, candle shop, so that makes sense with what she's doing in there. That's so cute. Something's broken in right here. Chipped and came forward. Okay, they got 17 on it. Hey, what's that? It's a green tag, so it's new, and they have the V on it, meaning vintage. It's a hand-painted, mold-formed ceramic cookie jar I'm going to go with. Otagiri, 1982. But $14.98. I don't know that there's too much more room left on there, if any, as far as resale goes. It is kind of cute, though. I like that country scene on it. Well, I like the cow the best, I'll be honest. Okay. So yeah, what I was telling you guys was my eBay store is still 30% off. Oh, look, here's another one. And it's 30% off through the end of the month, through the end of June, June 30th. A little damage there, but not bad. I imagine that, yeah, $17 on this one. But it's also a 2-story job. Look at that. That's kind of cool. I'm digging it. And they're cool looking. Look how intricate that. Let me see if I can zoom it in. Look how intricate. Like there's a couch, there's a lamp, people talking, got folks hanging out on the front porch, all kinds of stuff. Those are cool. That's probably some of my favorite party light stuff I've ever seen. Maybe I'm just a weirdo, I don't know. And here's this fancy gal, a little planter, $7.99. Don't know who made her. Something tells me maybe Japan or something. The goal is to find amazing things, but I'm not gonna lie, if we come out of here empty-handed, I'm not gonna cry. That is actually signed right there. It's got bears on it, $3.99. Reflections of Bay Life. It was originally $39.99. So right as I said that, I saw this, and I feel like that's really cool. For $3.99, I'll check it out. Okay, there's folks heading up this aisle. I'm gonna let them have fun for a minute. Plus, I just saw some pottery right here. $3.99 on this. Kiltria, I'm not sure. Impress stamps, but I have some art pottery creamers right now, so I don't need any more. Ooh, that's signed. They got $4.99 on it. I can make out the 86, but I'm having trouble with the name that's on there. That is cool looking though for $4.99. We'll set it in the cart as a maybe. I don't know what all we'll find here. It's been a while. Now this one's got initials on it too. It's cool. I like it. $3.99 on it, but I'm gonna leave it. This one here, it's not marked. It is redware. $10. Chips on the spout. I'm gonna leave it. Oh my good golly. He's one of those little, it's not a gargoyle. I can't remember what they're called. And I don't know what his price is. I guess 0. Isn't that what that says? Anywho, we'll leave him. Look at this little gal. Oh, she's missing a hand. Okay, she must have gotten in trouble. Joseph's Original. That's too bad that she's broken. $2.99 on her. That's a different one that I've seen for Joseph's Original. So, ooh, What is that? Oh my God, they got $20 on it. It is signed Baxley or something. Barley Baxley 02. That is really cool. I think for 20 though, I'm gonna leave it right there. There's a cute little cabin. That doesn't go with the cabin, that's a flower. Oh, the lid lifts off. $19.95 originally. Oh my golly, it is, holy crud, it is heavy stoneware. Oh, trash pandas in the back. There's a part broken right there. Trash pandas visit my house every night. They get a good meal. That is adorable. Like I guess you just call it a trinket box. What was this on the bottom? Hand painted design made in China. Here, I'm gonna tuck this part on the inside for now so it doesn't get lost, because you can always re-adhere that if you so desired. This is cool looking too. I love these. Now it's broken. Things like this are hard to find without damage, just like Capa di Monte. It's not marked, it is redware. I think that's super awesome. They got 13 on it, and it's a green tag, so that means it just arrived. Hey, I totally missed that. What do they got on that? J-Amp? It's genuine Italian imports, $5.99. Huh. Well, I don't see major damage to it. $5.99, that's a maybe. It's an orange tag. Hey, what'd we say the tags were? Hold on. Okay, wow, brain fart. So it is 50% off yellow tags. That's cute. Oh, and it's signed. Something Lewis maybe, 81. Yellow tags 50% off. Blue tags are $1. What else we got down here? Right down in here is where I found that Bill Campbell piece, but I don't see any Bill down there today. Here's a candlestick though. J, made in Italy. I mean, it's a new piece, $5.99. That's cute, but I have stuff like this. I'm gonna leave it. These guys are cute. $3.99. I think that says $4.99, but this one plays music, but his head's also busted. This, his buddy here, let's see, Japan, exclusive KN Japan. They are cute. They're not badly priced, except for his face being broken. Ooh, look, oh my God, that goes with those cups. What, $4.99? It's an ashtray. Oh, I think that's a we must do. A big happy pig with butterflies and ladybugs and the whole thing. This is interesting looking. I wonder what this is. It's like seed pods. Huh, it's missing something. I wonder if the missing piece has the price tag on it, because I don't see it marked. I guess these are probably bookends. I don't know who does these though. Her table's kind of tilting over. Who does these? Copyright Pleasant Company, Hallmark licensing, $10 each. Oh, look. Is that an elephant? Is that what that's supposed to be? Oh, he's missing his tail or something. That's why he was laying down. But here's some friends. Made in Kenya, handcrafted. Those are kind of cool. I think I'll leave them though. They've got all this furniture here, so going down this aisle is kind of impossible. This is cool. They got $10 on it though. I think I'll leave it. Like I said, guys, I've got plenty of stuff to list, and there's people coming this way, so I'm gonna back out and we'll come down the other way. It's busy in here, so we'll just kind of move along with the crowd. Oh, so these are those laser etched pieces, $9.99. It is cool though. It's a pen holder, and it's got the matching, I guess, pen holder as well. Look at that. $6.99 vintage. They did a pretty good job. H. Lundquist, 2006. Well, technically that's not vintage. Vintage requires it to be no less than 20 years old, so you are incorrect. in your assessment, City Thrift. That is not vintage. Ooh, that's a cool box. Ooh, I kind of like that. $7.99 though. Dang. Dang, dang. That's a fun tile too. Oh, it's a frame. Well, sort of. You can prop it up like a frame. What is... It opens funny. Huh. $8.99 orange tag. This is really cool. Santa Marta. It's got something broken off here. It's broken back here. $15 on it, and it's severely broken. Okay. We'll keep going. This is another little made in Japan. $3.98 wherever it was originally. That doesn't... $8.99 now. Just the teapot by itself. And I've got teapots. I got a few of them listed the other day. This one's broken, but it kind of looks and feels like real coil. $6.99 on these healing stones. And I think I looked at these before too, and they weren't complete. Let me open it, hold on. Okay, so the last time I looked at this, it was on one of the roundabout things up here, and it had a handful of the stones in it, but clearly the rest of the stones have been stolen. Those are adorable. I don't know what that name says, but they're $2 a piece. They're adorable. I doubt their resale is terribly high. Ooh, I like that. Made in Brazil. Look at that druzy in there. Well, that one will be for me. What are we missing up top? Hey, look at that. That's a tiny little cornucopia piece. It's definitely got some age on it. They're correct finally with putting V on this one. But $3.99, eh. Ooh, look at the glaze and stuff on that. $10.99. They've got this taped. Let me... Oh my gosh, it's too big for my hand. Let's see. It is signed. I don't know who that signature is. And I'm honestly not sure what this part is for. Let's see. Hold on, let me take the tape off. Okay, so I'm still perplexed as to, is this just decorative then? Because that's what it does on the inside. But the inside of it looks to be pretty cool. $10 on it. It is raku. Alright, I might have to do that. It's a cool jar and I really like that glaze. $3.99 on each of these. They're spray painted black, little tiny candelabra things. I think I'll leave them. They are cool though. That's kind of a fun bowl. Oh my god, it's really heavy. It's initialed. It's a very heavy $8 bowl. Oh, and I think that's a matching one. Okay, well I'm definitely not spending 16 or more on them. Oh my god, look at his face. That's $1.99. This little A cup, he's chipped up pretty good though. So we'll let him hang out. And a tiny squirrel, $1.99. He's a shaker. Why isn't he 25 cents? I don't know. I don't make the rules. Oh, here's another ship. Fregoda Espanola. They got 16 on it. This one, at least from what I'm seeing so far, looks far more intact. Very dusty. Would need a lot of cleanup. I don't know how much value is still on there with it or not, or ever was, but it is neat. These dolphins, Lennox did some of these. I don't know if that's who did this one. I don't see it marked or anything, but I believe Lennox did this or similar ones. So that very well could be who it is. Let's check out our stuff right up here. I saw this. Now it's very broken, so right off the bat, I can tell you we're not gonna get it, but that is cool. Who does it? Let's see. Porcelain. Just handmade, made in USA. Okay. Too bad the lid's so badly broken. What'd they have on it? Whoa, what does that say? $12.98. Oh my god, I thought it said $72.98 for a second, and I about fell over. Oh, here's some pieces that would go around, you know, like a Lazy Susan kind of thing. They're, are they treasure craft, or are they the ones made to look like California of USA? But see all this wear to the exterior of them? I imagine that's why they priced them at $3.99. But yeah, these would have sat in a circle and had a bowl in the center. They're really cool outside of this wear down here. They're otherwise damage free, but I think I'm gonna leave them. Oh my God, these are cool. $15 a piece. Holy crap. They're not signed. I mean, they are handmade, they are cool, and I'll give them that. But 15 a piece? You would be $60 just on these. That's not including tax. That's insanity. In a thrift store, that's insanity. Jesus is the light. Aw. So it's one of those little oil burners. Olson made it. $4.99. $8.99 on this. Here's matching glasses. $3 a piece. There's a fun art pottery bowl. Somebody's initial. They got $9.99 on it. What's up in the mugs? Now we have found some cool mugs here. That one's kind of neat. Made in Korea. $2.99 on it. I have yet to find a blue tag, which it is like 11 o'clock on Sunday, so it's kind of not surprising. Denby. I wonder if that's what that thing says on the bottom of that antique stoneware pitcher and bowl set I just got. I wonder if that's what it says, Denby. Denby's a good brand. What did they have on it? $3.99. I only see one of them in here. I don't know, maybe. I'll look it up. Denby's a good brand. We'll see. These are cool looking. Otagiri, Marianne Baker, Japan. $2.99 a piece, green tags. So that means they are new to the store. Oh, look at that. That's really pretty. It's not on sale. Spectrum Designs. Hey, I picked up a Spectrum cup recently. $7.99 though. Man, that one's cool. I'll try looking it up. If it's worth the $8 and there's still plenty of room, fine. But otherwise, $8 on a flipping coffee mug is crazy. That is just, it's not borderline insanity. I think it's just insanity. Here's some Marcrust mugs. They have them vintage, $8 a piece. Okay, good luck. I think I just sold some of these here just recently, actually. This is a cool, like, art pottery piece. It says stop on the bottom. Holy moly. Who does this? Kind of gave me a Temptation vibe for a second, but I don't know. I don't know who the E mark is. And I'm gonna leave it a mystery for now. This is kind of pretty. A little casserole. They got $12 on it. Holy molies. And I don't know. It's not marked. This is kind of cool. Lisa did it. That's fun. I like it, Lisa. I'm going to leave it, though. I've got lots of plates and such. Oh, yeah. Can you make it? Yep. All right. No, you're fine. All right, so they got $2.99 on each little cup. Let me see if the maker's info is on the back here. Oy. Okay, Blue Ridge Pottery. It doesn't say what the pattern name is, but they got 15 on this set of 3, 4, 5 plates. And then there's, looks like 2, 4, 5 cups. So there is an even amount of, well, there's an even amount between the cups and plates, but it is a set of 5. I'm gonna leave them. I think 15 for this set of plates is crazy talk. And $3 per glass is, well, same thing. These ones definitely have a retro look, but they feel newer. But USA is imprinted on the back, and newer stuff certainly didn't have that. I don't know what they have these bowls priced at. $7.99 for 4 saucers. $10 for 3, like little dessert plates or something. $3 per salad plate and 15 on the set of 4 dinner plates. So clearly they will be here a little while. Stoneware. Now I bought a bunch of pieces just like this from here and paid up for them too. They are, I believe, otagiri, but I'm not going to buy any more. Look, like $2.99 a cup and $2.99 a bowl, and by the time you're said and done, it's, you know, over $100 with that amount of pieces. So, oh my God! But it says as is, so he's busted. I would completely get this though if it wasn't. I don't see where he's busted at yet. He's probably on the inside. I'm just going to take their word for it on the as is. Who does these plates? Cherokee Rose, $12.98 vintage. JSC. Huh. Okay. Mulberry, Home Collection, made in China, 2004, Genmark. I do kind of like that pattern. That's cute though. Here's some cute bowls too. Fine Ivory, White Apple Blossom, Korea, $6.99. Oh hey, these pieces go with those other ones down there, $5.99 for a set of 3 bowls, $7.99 for a set of 4 bowls, $8 for 4 small plates. I just, okie dokie. Oh man, that's hand painted. Look how well done that is. It's mostly hand painted. Bavaria, that's super cute. I can't help it. I won't generally pick them up, but I do like to admire them, because I do think they are very pretty, and somebody put a lot of time in on them. I don't know who did this. It's got a lot of wear to the design. Hand painted Nippon. That's not a Nippon mark I recognize. However, it is under glaze at least though. All right, a quick look at furniture. Now I'm curious what they put on their walkers here. $12.98, green tag, which as far as DME goes, $12.98 is pretty good. DME, durable medical equipment, so commodes, walkers, things like that. I don't see what they have this one priced at, but nonetheless, always check your thrift stores. There's people that wind up, you know, having surgery. You know, they don't normally use a walker or cane or whatever, but they have surgery and then all of a sudden they need it. They have thank God, $12.98 green tag on this. So it's one of these fold out pieces and then the shelves fold down with it. Kind of cool. And they've got a couple more there. But you know, you don't permanently even need that piece of equipment. You just need it, you know, post-op for a while. And so if you're buying it, even with your insurance, it can be quite expensive. If you go over to Walmart, CVS, those kinds of places, they are outrageously expensive. I don't know if we will make it through all this. Let's give her a go. But anyways, or even if you do need it, you know, on a more permanent basis, like, it just makes more sense. I'm just trying to give you guys a heads up. Whether you're looking for yourself, your parents, whatever, come and check out thrift stores for stuff like that. Even with underpads, you know, bed protectors, things like that. I don't see what they have on this, but this is kind of neat. I like that. As far as furniture goes, they got $30 on this recliner. And I suppose that's not too bad. I don't know that you could even go to Big Lots if they're even still in business. But you know what I mean. I don't know that you can get a recliner for that price anymore. Here's like a love seat for $50. And it looks, from what I can tell, to be in decent, you know, condition. They got $60 on that one. I don't see a price on this one. I highly doubt they do it for the set. They rarely do anything for the set. Oh, $69.98. See, so 70 and 60. It's still not bad in comparison to what you would pay in store, but these ones you would need to probably clean up a little bit, and I see some mild staining on it. Nothing terrible, but the point is it's not brand new. Oh, this chair, look, it has wheels. I saw it from the other side. This is nice. I like this, what is it, like woven cane on here, and it's still intact. Normally this is busted. Which isn't terribly hard to replace, but it's a pain in the butt. I don't know what they have on this chair. It needs some work. Arms are a little loose, and I don't see a price. Oh, here you go. You can tell it's screws in there. I don't know what they want for it though. Here's another walker, 15 on it. Ooh, another sewing cabinet. $44.98, so 45 bucks. And it has the sewing machine in it. This one here is obviously much newer, as well as the machine on the inside. But I don't know, I suppose not a horrible price. Those cabinets and machines, to my knowledge, I could be wrong, to my knowledge, those are not the ones most folks are looking for to do projects with, or even use as decor necessarily, in the same way that others are with the old ones to do, like the sewing machines that won't work. They'll take apart and use pieces of the sewing machine for steampunk type art. Like they repurpose it, give it new life. Does it always end up still as an operating sewing machine? No, obviously not, but it kept it out of the dump, and it still allows it to live a new life, just maybe in a different way. I don't know if this is donated. Yeah, it must be. They have 696 on it, purple tag. I don't know if it works. I don't know if it comes with the charging thing and all the things you would need for it or not, but all right, this chick, she is a blue tag, $7.99, made in Japan. I mean, she's in a little rough shape. Oh, her arm was broken and put back on. Okay, I'll leave her. I was gonna say, blue tags are $1 if I remember correctly, so I was contemplating it, but I think I'll leave it. Blue tags on these. Huh. I wonder, I'm gonna set them in the cart. We'll have to check and see how damaged they are. All right, we have not looked at this one yet. This is kind of cool looking. In theory, all these spoons would hang in here. It looks like it's maybe missing a spoon or two. It's missing something. I cannot tell. I think it says $20 on it. Cannot tell. These are coconut shells, made from coconut shell. That's kind of cool, especially decorative wise. Oh, look at that little tidbit tray. No markings on it. Definitely mid-century in style. They have $7 on it. I'm gonna leave it. Okay, $3.99, green tag, vintage. Who are these? Libby, probably. I'm guessing. I don't see the L on them yet, but I've noticed the L can sometimes be fleeting. I'm not sure who makes these ones. 2, 4, 6, 8 of them at $4 a piece. That's, well, okay. Those are kind of cute glasses, and they're orange tags. What are our things? Yellow and blue, $2.99 each. I'll let those hang out. Wow, 35 on that. Niknax Japan Double Phoenix. It's a newer version, sort of in that blue onion style, but that's not truly what it is. All right, so we got $5.99 on this. It's lightweight. It does have that swirl twist optic to it. Wolf Brothers. It was originally $16 or something to that effect for the set. Okay, so $6 on that piece. And then these, I thought looked like they went with it. They're $2 a piece, but there are only 3 of them. And then they do have, for still $1.99 a piece, these ones, but I'm not convinced that these go with those. And I don't know. I think There probably is a little bit to be done with this, little room left, but I'm going to leave it just merely based on the fact that I have so much to list already. So I'm just gonna let it be. Holy crap, they got 25 on each one of these bookends. What in, oh lordy. I mean, they're cool. I'm not trying to take away from that, but holy moly. Okay, so, oh, I can't believe I walked by this. This hand-painted Nippon Mori Mori Brothers, you can tell because of the M. Well, if this will focus there, because of the M inside of there. This one, as I shine it in the light, looks like it's under glaze. I would venture to say that that looks like a legit mark. They got $10 on this. I have seen these in like my collector's books. These are hand painted. These are not just your average ones. I would be so down to get all these, but they got $5 per cup and saucer set and 10 on this. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, $40 for all of them. I think there's probably something to be done with it, assuming there's no damage on anything, and that's a big assuming, because y'all know how it goes. And if I was going to spend that much money, they better not be damaged. But I think I'm going to leave them. That's just quite expensive. And again, I have plenty to list, but those are cool, and I don't see these terribly often, I'll be honest. So if I was flushed with cash at the moment, I maybe would splurge and get all of them, but that is not the situation we find ourselves in today. Okay, so I was sitting here doing a quick cart review, and we'll start with this one. And I love this mug. This is so cute, and this is a very good brand to look out for when it comes to mugs. Some of them do incredibly well. However, with this one being priced at $8, that kind of leaves little to no wiggle room left for resale. It's pretty much at top dollar what you would get for it on eBay, and I'll put comps up here. These are blue tags. They originally had them at $15. They are signed, if you can see it there. They are hand painted. There's a little wear to the paint and stuff, but I have not found any damage to any of this ruffling up around the top. And I pulled the tape back and looked at the stoppers, and they look to be good. Blue tags are supposed to be $1 today, and if that is true as per their sign up front, then I'm down. I think that those make incredible vanity decor. This piece, I love it. It is $5.99, made in Italy. It's got that very textured, not quite lava glaze, but sort of similar, I suppose, on the outside. It is hand painted, it's floral, it's a vase. It is hand formed, you can tell looking in there. I like it a lot. I'm gonna get that. All right, so far these pieces we're getting. This one I'm putting back. This one I'm kind of torn on. It's $5, it's not on sale. It is signed. I can't make out the signature. I can only see 85 or 86 on there. But I have a feeling this would sit for a while before anybody would buy it. I might wind up leaving that one, so we'll put it with that. This is too cute. Oh, and I'll put comps up for this one. This one I'm definitely getting. They had $4 on it. I wish there were two. I might swing through there and see if I'm lucky enough to find another one, but if not, I'm still getting it. This is signed. I think it says Lee Neal. So it's hand painted. It's sort of 3D in effect a little bit. It is really cool. Reflections of Bay Life Art. I have not looked up comps on this, but at $4, this is too cool to not get. This piece I'm getting for myself. I love my crystals, and I love the Jerusi in there. Forget about it. This here matches that those cups that I picked up. So I don't know if I'll include it with the cups or sell it separately or what, but I haven't seen any damage to it yet. I got $5 on it. I'm definitely going to grab it. And I think my big spender item is going to be this raku piece. I love this. I don't know what the heck the string thing is about on the top. I'm sure it's decorative, but nonetheless, they got 10 on it. It's signed raku, and I really love the glaze. Normally they go pretty dark with the glaze, and I like that this one, it's still that metallic, but it's a lighter color. So, all right. So we're putting this back. I think I'm putting this back, and everything else so far I think we're getting. Okay, set back that incredibly expensive mug, but dang it, I think I'm changing my mind on this. I think I might get this. I don't know. I think I might. It's $5. And then I saw some of these fairy tales. Now, I don't mess with books, y'all. I don't know. I know very little. That's how I should put it. I was looking to see if I could find any info. 1996 Primax Fairy Tales. You know, if you actually study into the and research into the history and the symbology and all the things behind all of our very well-known fairy tales, well, you might find yourself quite disturbed to find out where they all came from. Of course, they've changed them over the years to make them far more palatable. Nevertheless, the history is quite dark and twisted, y'all. I also saw this down here. Now this is new. It says House Fun VIP. They got 35 on it. Vintage G. Vintage green. Okay. I thought maybe they meant vintage gold for a second. It looks like it's got a whole little getup in here going on. Some of the glasses. It doesn't feel complete though. I feel like this would be much fuller. I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna dig through that. Oh, looky here. 1098 green tag. Look how bad condition that is. Nice pattern, good bowl, good size. But all that wear, dishwasher wear, not too bad as far as fading, but all these scratches and stuff would, well, they would definitely take away from the cause. I think that's about it. I might run down the other aisle real quick just to make sure we didn't miss anything. But otherwise, I think we're gonna get out of here. And welcome back to the kitchen again. All right, so we're gonna do a quick rundown of what I did pick up today over at City Thrift in Overland Park. Now, I'll be honest, there's some pieces that come to mind, like those little pottery pieces with the fish on the lids. You know, they were like little single serving like soup mug kind of things that had the handle. Those were really cool. I couldn't, I don't know what they would resell for, but you know, again, it's kind of like I said earlier in the video, if I was just flushed with cash, I would have no problem spending the $60 on them and taking a chance. But I have a feeling with them priced at $15 a piece that they probably are close to the top end of the market and may not have been a good pickup. The other piece or pieces were like the Nippon tea set. I was going to grab my Nippon book, collector's book, but you know, when you sift through there, you'll find those kinds of designs. That's kind of the more high-end Nippon, if you will. And so I don't know today with how the market is and stuff, how well those would do. And if I get a chance and can look up some comps on, you know, roughly similar pieces and sets, I'll put some comps up here for you. But they are beautiful, and assuming they were in miraculously like perfect pristine condition, I think it was roughly $40 or $50 for the whole set with the, technically it's a chocolate pot, and then the cup and saucers, you know, all in was like $50 or $60. And so again, it's just kind of one of those situations where it's like, man, if I had plenty of cash just on hand to take a chance on it, I would. But then you also have to think about, well, where do you store it? Where do you sit on it? Because something like that, depending on what current comps go for, but I would expect a set like that in pristine condition to sell for no less than $100. And I don't know that I would be willing, assuming comps, you know, match my perception of it, I don't think I'd be willing to take less than $100 on it. So I do think that there was probably profit to be made there, but that is a lot. I mean, if I would have gotten those tea pot things, those little fishy things, and that Nippon tea set, that we would have been over $100 just on those. And to me, that's just it's not feasible. And then you got to remember, it's not like you buy it and then you turn around and you instantly flip it. That does happen, but for me, it's fairly rare that I list something and it immediately sells within a day or two. I have had it happen, but it's not the norm. And so in my mind, I'm also thinking, okay, if I was to go ahead and put up roughly $100, let's just say, to get all that stuff, I have to not just go through the process of prepping it and listing it and all that stuff, but then I also have to sit on it. And so then I have $100, give or take, tied up in something that may or may not sell anytime soon. So I know I hated to leave it behind, but it's again one of those cases of it is what it is, I guess. That's where I'm going with it. But let's look over what we did get today. So we'll start with this little piece here. This is, I can't pronounce this, I'll put it on the screen, but they match those flippin' tumblers I got. It's a double-walled ceramic, it's Japanese. This type of crazing you see here, the dark lined crazing, is normal and intended. It does have crazing just to the glaze itself, some minor crazing. This here is a horse, golden horse, I think is what they call this. And I mean, it's just really cool. I didn't even know they made an ashtray version of it. And again, you don't have to use it as an ashtray. It could be a trinket dish. It can be whatever dish you want. But it's beautiful. And this part here is hand painted on this horse. They got a little design, well, on two areas, but I loved that they matched the tumblers, and it was $3.99 or $4.99. And so I just had to get it. I think I may wind up listing it with the tumblers. I may not. I don't know. Drop in the comments and tell me what you think I should do with it, because it does match them. This one here, I don't think is actually a very high resale value item, but I freaking loved it. It's hand painted. I think that this part, you know, like the 3D design of it is probably more or less mold form, maybe some hand carving, if you will, is added in there, but I think for the most part it's probably mold formed. It's kind of on this like slab. It does look like that part right there is broken, and honestly I really didn't pay that close attention to it, but it is so cute. And if you look down here, you'll see these names. I think it's Lee and Neil, and I'll put a little info about Lee and Neil, but they do these reflections of Bay Life art. Originally this was $40 wherever it was sold, but really, really cool. Or here, I won't even have to put it on the screen. You can just read it right there. Renowned North American wildlife artists Lee Hopkins and Neil Doucette, who have combined their natural talents to create these beautiful reflections of nature. And so they do various ones. This isn't the only kind, but that's just really cool and so nicely painted. And I don't know, I liked it. So for $4, and it was half off because it was a yellow tag, you know, so $2, I figured what the heck. And if it was me, I would just paint that part right there black. So it's like a sort of a hydrostone sort of material, or alabaster possibly even, which is similar to like a hydrostone. But I mean, I would just paint it black. That way nobody notices it. And frankly, if you had it sitting like in a stand, nobody's going to see that anyway. So this Italian piece here is super cool, and I believe this is what they call lava glaze, but when I think in my mind of lava glaze, I think of like kind of the bigger drips of lava glaze, you know. But I think technically that's what this still is. It's a hand-painted floral made in Italy. It was an orange tag. I have not seen any signatures by any particular artist. I think it was a along the lines of a mass-produced piece, as you can see, kind of more on the sticker here. But really, really cool. Resale value on it wise, I don't know. I would assume, you know, he does have a minor chip on the foot there, but outside of that, I really haven't found any. I'm not even showing it to you. Haven't found much of any damage to it. This here would be a manufacturing flaw. So I don't know. I would estimate probably $30, give or take, $30, $40, something to that effect. I could be off. I have never bought one like this before. But I just thought it was really flipping cool. And it was $5.99, orange tag. Orange was not on sale. Yellow was 50% off. Blue tags were $1. Okay, so then we had the Denby piece. Anytime you see Denby on anything, look it up because it often will carry a value. This one here, I think they referred to as the peacock pattern, which, you know, I think makes sense, but it's really pretty, really stinking pretty. And it's in like brand new condition. No silverware marks, no crazing, no nothing. It's gorgeous. And I want to say when I was looking up comps, just one cup by itself sells for, you know, $30, between 30 and 40. I want to say I saw a comp for like 35 or something. But Denby is a very good quality English brand, and so I'm not going to say that every single thing they make carries a high value, but they're definitely worth looking up. Kind of in the same way as like Dansk. The vast majority of their stuff, it's well made, it's good quality. Most of it will carry a decent resale value. So if you can find it at the right price, and this one was $3.99 green tag, I'm down. For me, $3.99 was the right price on something like that. These pieces, well, I feel kind of lucky. They had them listed at basically $15 a piece. The florals on here are 100% hand painted. And to my knowledge, thus far, I have found no damage to this sort of scalloped ruffling up here. This looks like it might be some kind of a permanent marker thing, but I don't know. I might take like a dry eraser marker and see if I can get that off. But it's super cool, really beautiful, like vanity set type jars. And I just couldn't really find any damage to them. But because they were blue tags, they were $1 a piece instead of $15 a piece, because there's no way in heck I would have bought them at $15 a piece. That would have just been insanity to me. I don't know, really. Neither of them are marked with like a porcelain company. They're probably one of those painted at home jobs. I did notice that they are signed by whoever painted them, which looks like it says M-I-E. Well, so, okay, let me restart. E, M-I something. Mib, maybe? I don't know. But they were signed by the person who painted them. I would venture to say that they're probably vintage. And value-wise, I would estimate probably somewhere in that $40 to $60 range, just because, well, first and foremost, they're in such beautiful condition. I wish I had more pieces, like even the vanity tray to go with it, or a little powder box or something, but it is what it is. And I think they look flippin' gorgeous. I don't come across vanity set pieces like this very often that are, well, for one, damage free, but two, in a decent price. This one here was $10. I was a little confused by this here at first, but I think that's just completely decorative, which is totally fine. It looks cool. I just was expecting it to have some sort of like a function to it, but I don't believe it does. I have found one teeny tiny little flea bite to the glaze right there. But so far, two tiny flea bites to the glaze, but not a big deal. You really don't notice them. No chips or issues around the rim of it. The interior of it looks amazing as well. Nice and metallic in there. And I loved, this is a raku piece. It's signed N-I-E Nihana. I'm not positive the name, but I think whoever that is did a beautiful job. I'm used to seeing your typical raku with like the very dark, which I still loved. I'm not knocking it. I love my raku pottery, but typically I see it with like a very dark toned glaze, which is gorgeous. But I love what they did here, and it kind of has sort of like, I don't want to say floral. It's almost more like a foliage sort of thing going on, and I'm not sure that that's actually intentional or if that's just how it all shook out. I don't know. But I thought that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Sort of like urn style jar. I mean, come on. Resale value on it wise, I don't know. I look up raku and it can kind of be all over the place. I'm always surprised sometimes when I'm searching through sold comps on eBay and I'll see these raku pieces or other like studio art pieces that look insane, like super cool and beautiful. And they're selling for like $20. And I'm thinking, what in the, how does that make sense? But I don't know. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. For me, if I was to list this right now, this second, I would probably list it at around $80 and see what happens. Maybe I'm overshooting. Definitely let me know. I'm still trying to like feel out how to gauge pricing things like this where they're one of a kind pieces. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I can go on to eBay and I can look for similar pieces, but when you get into the studio art pottery stuff, it can be very daunting unless you can positively identify the artist and then on top of that, be able to find sold comps for other pieces of work that they've done. And even then, take like Bill Campbell, for example. If you go on eBay and search sold comps for Bill Campbell, they'll be all over the board from low to high. And it depends on the type of piece, the colors used, the style of the glaze and all this stuff. Like there's so many factors that go into it to what people perceive it the value to be or should be. And I'm still kind of feeling that out. My rule of thumb, honestly, is when in doubt, price high, you can always bring it down. You can't, once it sells, if you list it and somebody snatches it up in 15 minutes because you priced it super low and somebody else knew just by like the style of glaze used, for example, a lot of people can look at, again, Bill Campbell pieces and generally just know that's who it was, whether it's signed or not, just by the style of the glaze. So price high, you can always bring it down because if somebody buys it, you can't go back to them and be like, hey, well, you know, since it sold in 10 minutes, clearly I underpriced it and I'm gonna have to charge you more. It doesn't work that way, but you can always bring it down. All right, now I saved this little piece for last because I did identify this, and I'll put a picture, very clear picture on the screen here for you guys so you can see this name. This is a artist, studio art pottery individual, Ed Baker, I think is his, or Barker, excuse me, Ed Barker, and I think that said 88 on there. And I mean, really flipping cool. This is some sort of like, I guess, Arabic. I'm just going to go with that. I apologize if I'm totally wrong and you guys are like, you're an idiot, but I'm just going to go with like an Arabic type script at the moment because I don't know, but I was not aware of Ed Barker's work before, and I will put some comps up on the screen so you can just get a rough idea of some of his other stuff. I found one sort of similar to this. I found two that were similar to this. I almost put this piece back because when I was in the store, I could not figure out that signature. But then, of course, when I get it home under the light, look at that. It's clear as day. And also when I Google lensed it, it was pulling up, you know, when I was in the store, it was pulling up all this pottery that looked very similar to this that was selling, or excuse me, it was listed at least online on various different selling sites for anywhere from $100 up into the thousands of dollars. I wouldn't pay thousands of dollars for this. I do think this is incredible though. That takes some skill to be able to get in there and like incise this. All this would be done by hand, you know? I mean, it's just, that is super stinking cool. I love it. I don't know what its purpose was, if it was intended to be like an oil diffuser. Did it originally have like one of those little stone balls that would sit up here and hold a wick? Maybe, I don't know. It's a bud vase right now is what I'm going with. And but really, I mean, it would just look cool sitting on a shelf. That is like I don't want to say a centerpiece, it's far too small for a centerpiece, but it's definitely a statement piece. You know, this would look cool sitting on a bookshelf with other fun decor and stuff. And anyways, so that is our haul for the day today. Now, I want to very quickly give a shout out to a local company. I believe they're based out of Olathe, Kansas. And I want to give them a shout out because oh golly, long story short, roughly 2 years ago, we had trees trimmed away from our house, and we had several trees, and it cost us around $10,000. And within 6 months after them being trimmed, one of our trees that sat very, very close to the house, all of a sudden, it wasn't dying, it was completely dead. I had gotten this flyer in the mail, and it was a small business, KCPhoenixTreeCare, I believe is what it's called. I'm going to put their information on the screen here. And it's a small business ran by a gentleman named Ozzy. He was amazing, very down to earth and realistic, and was willing to work with us on it. In today's world, we don't have enough of good people out there that are willing to help others, and he has bent over backwards to help us. And so I just wanted to take the opportunity to give you guys, especially because a lot of y'all that watch my channel are local to the area, and I wanted to make sure and pass his info along. And I am a firm believer that the best form of advertisement is by mouth, and I would refer him to anybody. I would give his information to anybody. He is just amazing, and he's very upfront. He's personable. He's honest. He runs his business, in my opinion, in the way it should be. I just wanted to thank him profusely and give all y'all his information. He was wonderful to work with. Okay, I will quit rambling on about that, but I had to give him a shout out, guys. I think that's it for this one. I'm gonna go get busy. Theodore's ready to go out back and go swimming and, you know, blow off some steam. So I'm gonna work on editing this video while I listen to him scream at fish that don't exist, but he is determined to catch. Maybe someday he will. I don't know. I'll catch y'all on the next one.